Hey everybody, today I'm bringing you the Fredi IP camera. This is an IP-based security camera. I believe it is a PTZ camera or pan tilt zoom. Opening up the packaging, it does come with a little bit of a manual here. Hopefully I'll be able to go through this and show you step by step how to set this up so you won't need to worry about the manual. It does have a bracket for mounting it to a wall or other surface. So it seems to be fairly well articulated, as well as has a locking nut to it. We have the power cord, which is a proprietary cord. It is not a USB charging cord. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this up because we're going to try to plug this in and get it up and going as well. And we also have the main unit. Again, like I said, I'm fairly certain this is a pan tilt zoom camera. It does have a motor in it for turning side to side, as well as a separate motor for your up and down. Walking around the unit, or looking around the unit I should say, sorry, we do have what looks to be speaker grills because you can speak back to this particular camera. You do have an adjustable antenna, as well as a port to plug in directly to a network, a wired port, network jack. And lastly, or no, you've actually got a power supply is on the back, and you also have, and I just noticed this part, sorry, is there is a slot on the back just below this antenna for a micro SD card. So I will have to get one of those before we truly test this out as well. We can go ahead and plug this in real quick and listen to it as it boots up, see what it does. Might have to adjust the camera a little bit here, but we'll see. Turning it on, we do have a light indicator. As well as I just heard a boot up sequence or a little click. Now I've already installed the UC app that they link to in the instructions. So I'm going to open that up on my phone, and we'll change the orientation of the camera here in a second so you can actually see the app run. So I did have to do a little bit of setup. All I had to do to get this camera to work was to plug it into my wired network, and then my phone was able to see it just fine. It does not have its own Wi-Fi network. Switching over real quick to the phone, I'll just show you real quick, and I apologize for it not being in focus very well. You bring up the UC app, YOOSEE, and if you look here you'll see that we do have, I am on my same Wi-Fi network, that we do have the device here. I am connecting and then you can hear me talking over that one. I'm going to mute it though. As you can hear, it does have a bit of a feedback issue. And if we go here, you can see that we are full screen. And you do have control over the camera with your scrolling. Hopefully we'll get us here in the background. I haven't been able to find any kind of a zoom, but we do have left and right, as well as up and down. And it seems pretty responsive. There is a bit of a delay, bit of a lag. I'll zoom in here real quick and show you that the camera is moving on its own with my controlling it. And like I said, there is a bit of a delay. It's not too bad though. It does seem to be fairly responsive. I think you could get quite a bit of use out of this for security reasons. The last thing I do want to check with you though, or test with you, is you should be able to, and there's a microphone button on the camera app itself, that if I push it and talk into my phone, you should hear it coming through the speaker over there. So I'm going to step away from the mic on the camera so that you can pick it up off of the other camera, off of the Fredi camera real quick. This is a test. Can you hear me talking? Now that was admittedly quiet, but I was whispering into the device to try and not interfere with the demonstration. As you can see, it does turn to red, so you do get red indicators along the inside of the light, and then the sensor itself does kick over. So as you can see, this is a really nice entry-level security camera that can work wired to a network or through the network's Wi-Fi. It did take a little bit of time to set up, but it was pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I don't believe that anyone will have too much trouble setting that up. And once it's set up, it's really quite simple. I love the fact that it does come with a universal mount on the bottom, so you can mount this on a tripod or to any other style of mount, including the one that they did provide. And the overall image quality is really, really quite good. I have a little bit of issue with the feedback on the mic on this, but I'm almost positive that is because I'm in the same room. I've had similar issues with much more expensive equipment, so I don't believe that's a problem with their equipment per se. And the Wi-Fi antenna actually works really, really well. I typically have a little bit of trouble getting my Wi-Fi signal in this room, and this picked it up just fine. So all in all, a great security camera, and honestly I think I'm going to end up picking up quite a few of these so that I can network them all together and have a nice security camera chain. The only downsides I really have with this are that I wish that I would be able to record remotely to my phone instead of to the internal SD card, so that you don't have to go around and collect it from the SD card itself. That's not a huge issue, but that can be something of an issue for security purposes, depending on how inaccessible you do have these mounted. And the only other issue that I had with this is another little minor gotcha. I wish that you could adjust the amount of scroll through the app for this particular pan tilt. It does not zoom from what I can tell, but the pan and tilt. It is usable. It is quite smooth, and I was able to get a good feel for it. I just wish that I would be able to maybe have more like a gamepad style of control to be able to maneuver this around a little bit easier, a little bit more fluid as far as human interaction goes. That being said, I still think this is a great camera. The image quality on it is really, really quite good, including the night vision or the infrared lighting that it does have, that does work really well for automatically coming on. And the fact that you have quite a bit of range with this. It does have quite a bit of pan and tilt. All in all, another great camera from the people at Fredi.